Okay, buddy, let's see. Is there possibly more rapture clues in chapter 3? Let's look. After these things did Ahasuerus promote Haman. Haman means noisy and tumultuous. Haman is going to represent Hitler trying to annihilate the Jews. And he has 10 sons like Hitler's 10 henchmen. And I hope you guys have watched that video by now. If not, go to it right now. So Haman, the son of Hammedatha, he that troubles the law. Interesting. Look, he who uses the law to cause trouble, he who stumbles at the law. The Agagite, which means Amalekite. So he was from the fallen angels, the giants, the tribe that Joshua was supposed to annihilate, and he didn't. And advance him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. So this is when Haman gets appointed as a chief priest in the kingdom of Ahasuerus. And all the king's servants, so this is also like the false Christ, so he's representing Satan coming in and being elected king under the chief prince, so he's going to be head over every province. That's the Antichrist. And all the king's servants that were in the kingdom bowed and reverenced Haman, like they will bow to the Antichrist. For the king had so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not, nor did reverence. So when Satan goes after we're gone, and he goes after the remnant, the Jews, those that don't bow and they maintain the testimony of Jesus Christ are called the overcomers. So that's why Mordecai is named warrior. So now he's representing the remnant Jews. Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said to Mordecai, Why transgressest thou the king's commandment? Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman. So he's going to get found out, and they're going to tell on him, to see whether Mordecai's matter would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. So he had told the bad guys who gets back to Satan. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor gave him reverence, then was Haman filled with wrath. And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had shewed him, the people of Mordecai, wherefore Haman sought to destroy the Jews that were throughout all the kingdom of the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, all 127 provinces, representing all around the world, even the people of Mordecai. Now listen, here's another timeline. And in the first month, that is the month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus. So this being the Nisan first month, that's when we're going to see the abomination of desolation set up. So Haman comes in, and then we have a month Nisan fitting with our timeline possibly, and 12th year representing the year of the Jews. Also, perhaps if we get raptured on the 7th, maybe this is representing a timeline of the tribulation, like the 5th year or something. And they cast pur, that is a lot, before Haman from day to day and from month to month to the 12th month, that is the month Adar. So he's talking about the month of Nisan, the month of Adar, and the 12th year going into the 13th year. And remember, the sin of the spies happened in the year 1313, and it was explained in the book of Numbers, chapter 13, and there were 13 verses that explained it. Interesting. Okay, so we're entering into the 13th year when they're set to be killed. And Haman said to King Ahasuerus, There's certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the province of the kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all the people. They won't one world government with us. They won't one world religion with us. Neither do they keep the king's laws. Therefore, is it not for the king's profit to suffer them? Or it is not for the king's profit to suffer them. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hand of those that have the charge of the business to bring it into the king's treasuries. So possibly there's going to be a bounty on people, and your neighbor will actually get paid for bringing in your head or something like that. That's probably exactly what that means. And the king took his ring from off his hand and gave it to Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and the Jews' enemy. And the king said unto Haman, The silver is given to thee, the people also, to do with them as it seemeth good to thee. Then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first month. So now we're into the 13th year. And there it was written, according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenant, and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people, of every province, according to, I got a lot of writing in here, according to the writings thereof of King Ahasuerus, it was written and sealed with the king's ring. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish. Kill, steal, and destroy. Satan's signature move. to destroy, to kill, to cause to perish all the Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day. Shall a nation be born in a day? Shall a nation be killed in a day? Even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, the month of Adar. So they made the decree, they cast lots for a whole year, then in the decree on the 13th day of the 13th year, and they said, at the end of this year in Adar, on the 13th of Adar, is when this was supposed to happen. And that's why they celebrate Purim on that day. The 12th month, which is the month Adar, and to take the spoil of them for a prey. The copy of the writing for the commandments to be given unto every province was published unto all the people, that they should be ready against that day. The post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree was given unto Shushan the palace, and the king and Haman sat down to drink. But the city Shushan was perplexed. So they're getting the news, and they're like, what's going on? And the king and Haman are like, ha ha ha, we have done a great work. Yikes. Okay, we're into chapter 4. I think we can get through it. Let's try it. That was a nice, quick chapter.
Oh, Mr. Bones, I need your help singing the song. Dr. Barry wants us to do another video tonight, and I'm tired. And my fingers are sore because I haven't played my guitar in years. And can you please help me sing this song?
I'll be happy to.
Thank you.
What would you like to sing?
We're going to sing Oldie Buddy Goodie, Do Lord, Remember Us?
Do Lord, oh do Lord.
That's right. That's right. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Look away beyond the blue. I got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. Look away beyond the blue. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Look away beyond the blue.
Weehaw!
Thank you.
This is Mr. Bones reporting from Rapture Balloon Central.
And speaking of, maybe you should give an update on Rapture Balloon.
Here comes Rapture Balloon.
Okay, and now.
Okay, let her go.
Okay.
Holy crap! That is one serious drop. Okay, we're gonna have to reset the camera because it's so low we can't even see it. But this is really good news. I love you all. See you tomorrow on Rapture Balloon Central. Thank you. Come again. Holy crap.
Wow.
So that went so fast, maybe we can include chapter 4. So let's go for it. When Mordecai, warrior, perceived that all this was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes. That's what they do when they're mourning and repenting and when they're crying out to God for help. And went out in the midst of the city and cried aloud with a bitter cry. Gnashed his teeth maybe. And came even before the king's gate. For none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. Okay, there's a little tip about life in the presence of God. Okay, you put on sackcloth and sometimes shave your head, put dirt and ashes on your body, all sorts of things. Rent your clothes. That was, a mourning and a lamenting and a repentance act. When someone felt guilty, they would wear that. And so it says right here, he did that right even unto the king's gate. Now where is it? In every province, whithersoever the king commandment and his decree was come, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting and weeping and wailing. I mean, wailing and gnashing of teeth. And many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told her it. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to Mordecai, and to take away his sackcloth from him, but he received it not. Then called Esther for Hatach. Hatach means he that strikes. One of the king's chamberlains who had appointed to attend unto her. and gave him commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was. She's like, go find out what's going on. So Hattach went forth unto Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened upon him, and the sum of money that Haman had promised to pay the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them. And he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them, to shew it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, to charge her, that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him, and to make requests before him and for her people. And Hattach, he that strikes, came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again, Esther spake unto Hattach, and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. All the king's servants and the people of the king's province do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come into the king, into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law, that he shall be put to death. They shall be put to death, except such as to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called to come into the king these 30 days. Interesting. 30-day waiting period. 30 days of mourning. 30 days of crying, like Jeff taught us. And they told Mordecai Esther's words. And Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the other Jews. When you're found out, you're going to get got to. If thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. He's like, if you don't stand up and do this, that the Lord needs you to do, the Lord's still going to do his work. So it'll pass right on by you to somebody else. So, you're just doing yourself out of the blessing of being in this place. So, their enlargement and deliverance shall arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come into the kingdom for such a time as this? Who knows if you were born for such a time as this? Who knows if we were born to bring in for such a time as this? And Esther bade them to return to Mordecai this answer. Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast for me, and neither eat nor drink for 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so I will go into the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him. He's got delivery. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him. So, and it brings us to chapter 5. So we're going to stop for there, but I just want to go back to this part. When Mordecai was rent his clothes and put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out in the midst of the city, and cried with a loud and bitter cry, and came even before the king's gate, for none might enter the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. So that's like the Lord saying, don't come to the king's gate clothed in guilt and sorrow and ripping your clothes and I'm not good enough and oh my wicked heart. You come wearing the wedding garment, the robe of righteousness, the covered in blood, the covered in solid gold, and you come in the presence of forgiveness with grace covering you. For no man or woman was allowed to enter the king's gate clothed in sackcloth. So if you are still beating yourself up for not being good enough, your focus is wrong. You should focus on being forgiven, being cleansed, being made white and purified by this word, not by your own works. Be like Peter, walk on water. When you're looking at the Lord, you walk on water supernaturally. I am perfect. I am made perfect. I am made righteous. I am made sanctified and holy in him, not of me. Stop looking at yourself. Stop looking at yourself. Stop looking at yourself, Mr. Bones. I'm not looking. Stop looking at yourself. When Jesus bade Peter to come and he looked at him, he's walking on water. And then Peter started looking around at the storm and he looked at himself, shloop, right into the water, right? Don't come before the king's gate clothed in sackcloth and pulling out your hair and crying and weeping. Come with joy and love and a happy smile and blow the shofar. Holy shofar, Batman! See you next time. And now a little something from my dear friend Anna at Just Me. Enjoy these beautiful images as she reads along Psalm 27.
My light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me. When thou saidest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my mother and my father forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path, because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.